all waiting on me. Even the ones that have already been in the house for a few minutes and ate. Unlock the door. Oh, Tux. Come on up, bud. Come to your spot. Let's go to your spot. Come on. Come on, bud. Come on, Tux. Let's go. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Here you go. Johnny's up. He's packed up everything except for his computer. I'm pointing that way because his air conditioner's on. That means he's awake. And, yeah, he'll be leaving at 11. And go get the other bowl. Alright, guys. Hi. Hi. Good kitties. Good kitties. Hi, Morris. Good boy. Good boy. That's my buddy. Good boy. Hi, Stripey. I didn't have to water anything this morning. According to Tempest, we had about 4/10 of an inch, and I had looked last night, and these are just under a ½ inch. So places in Raleigh had over 3 inches. Flash flooding, torrential downpours, and we got enough that I don't have to water today and maybe tomorrow. But there's lots of rain in the forecast. It's not like that's the only shot we've got for 2 weeks or anything. It's a lot of 70% chance days in the 10-day. So, yeah. I think we're going to try to get in a quick walk, say goodbye to Johnny, and me rush out the door to my eye doctor's appointment. It's just a checkup. I'm super pleased with how the red canna lilies and the yellow, tall, spiky flower are looking. Really looking good right now. Everything's nice and green and jungly, just the way I like it. And it's all good. Hi! Hello! Hi, how are ya? My good girl. Yes, my good girl. Aw. I got chicken. Wow, it's 9:45 and the camp kids are already on the splash pad. They opened it up early this morning for some reason. So it usually doesn't open until 10. The trail is still closed. We came past and it's still closed. And so we're up here walking because we don't really have a choice. Plus we don't have a lot of time again because of my appointment. I swear it's like I get up in the morning and I'm immediately on a roller coaster. It feels like that so many days. We generally try to stay over here because I don't want to get by other people right this second. But we generally try to stay out of politics on the channel. But when it relates to Tesla a little bit, we're going to be just a little... We're going to talk about some political things here, but still try to steer clear of troubled waters. I asked on this morning, Trump said he's going to get rid of the EV mandate without saying whether or not I think that's a good idea. I know Elon has said in the past that he doesn't care. I know there's people out there on Twitter saying he says he doesn't care, but we think he'll notice.
Right.
Can Trump, day one, come in and kill the EV mandate?
I think he can gum it up, but I don't think he technically can kill it. It's very analogous to the executive order where Biden says we're going to pay off everybody's student loans. I think that ran into a lot. Now, I realize the court battle on that is still raging. In some parts of it he's won, in some parts he's lost, which is the same thing about this EV mandate. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I haven't read it. But I suspect he could gum it up. But I don't think he can just simply stroke of the pen, get rid of it.
Right. I think he can get people in Congress that back him
He could eventually kill it.
To generate a law that undoes the IRA or undoes the EV mandate part of the IRA, but without it going through the normal judicial process, we don't think day one he can do that.
I don't think so.
So then you had some great points that I want you to repeat.
Right. Well, he said he's killing the EV mandate is to save the American car industry. And that might be, I guess I'm questioning how that's going to work. The car market is global. American cars aren't selling like hotcakes in Europe. They're not selling like hotcakes in Asia. They may be selling a little bit maybe better in South America, but not really. The only place American vehicles are being sold is North America, Canada and the US. Those are the two.
Primary.
And Ford has announced that they will build no sedans anymore except for the Ford Mustang. They're going to build trucks, SUVs. There's going to be no four-door car, no sedan, no little Escort. Although Escorts are built in Europe, that's a little slightly different. But the point is, the American market is 100% dependent on large SUVs and trucks. Okay? So how many people today do you know who are making a buying decision between, I'm going to buy a gas car or an EV? First of all, the gas car is evaporating. And the reason I'm going to buy the EV is to get to 7,500. And if you take the 7,500 away, then I'm not going to buy an EV. I'm going to buy the gas sedan. Well, the gas sedans are evaporating. So the fact that he's going to, quote, stop the subsidy for EVs is pretty much irrelevant. The thing he's missing, EVs are going to win. Maybe not as fast as some people hope, but EVs are the future for personal transportation around town going to work. Maybe it's not for cross-country trips, I don't know. But for everybody doing their business, an EV, you got to be a stupid not to consider an EV.
If you have a two-family household, a two-car household, and you can charge at home, right. Don and I don't understand why one of your cars isn't an EV. I think that's fair.
If you need a truck, I got it. A Cybertruck, a F-150, none of those are appealing to you. I got it. Your old F-150 gas truck is probably better. But I got news for you. That new Dodge Ram, that Dodge hybrid truck with the 600-mile range, well, I'm just telling you, that's would probably be one of the vehicles I would look at because it runs off the battery. It's a plug-in type situation. It runs off the battery and it gets really good gas mileage, because the problem with the trucks is the gas mileage just sucks. So anyway, I'm just simply saying, I don't think the EV thing for cars, because I think everybody wants pickup trucks, or they're not going to buy them anyway. They're not, it doesn't, SUVs, American car companies want to sell trucks and SUVs, and nobody else in the world but Americans want to buy them.
Well, the roads in Europe are too small for them.
Right.
Really, yeah, realistically. We know.
Our viewers said they loved their wide, but they got rid of it because it was too wide for the roads.
Yep, in Europe. Yep, and we understood. We understood that, yeah.
So I see getting rid of the EV mandate is, I'm actually for that. I want this dust to settle. The government subsidizing or keeping their thumbs on the scale is not the right answer.
Yeah, well, we'd like soybeans to stop being subsidized. Can we? It's not just related only to EVs. We're pretty much would like the market to run itself a little better. We question these other things as well.
I didn't make my final point. I was trying to say he thinks he's saving the American car business, but all he's doing is he's reducing the American, because the world is going to go to EVs. It doesn't matter what America's. Now, will America always be a big market? Absolutely. But if you want to be a global car make company and employ tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, the American market ain't big enough for that.
Right, don't leave yet. Yeah, and then there's the whole China thing.
Yeah, China's going to take over.
Right, well, I think Trump has implied, I don't think I'm being unfair here, that he can keep China out with all these tariffs, and we're going to bring manufacturing back to America, and we're going to do all this other stuff. Well, yeah, they can put up some taxes, but I'm not convinced. Look at any other product in America, and somehow we're going to protect cars more than these other products. I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't.
Well, I once heard an economics guy said, if a foreign government is subsidizing their products, you as a consuming nation need to buy every one of them you can, because the bottom of the well isn't infinitely. So if you're subsidizing to build if the Chinese government is subsidizing Chinese automakers, then you just need to keep buying Chinese cars until finally, sooner or later, the Chinese government decides, wait a minute, there isn't an unlimited supply. Now you can say, well, by that time your business is out. Well, maybe that's true. But trying to protectionism isn't going to work. It hasn't ever worked. It's nothing but raises prices. It slows down innovation, creative destruction. You know, the American car companies have done great strides, but you know, they need to adapt. And the fact that, oh, we're going to have all these great big factory plants and the governments are going to bend over backwards and let us, because we're going to bring jobs and all that stuff. I'm all for bringing jobs, but I'm not for doing it that way. If you've got to subsidize a big company, but all the little companies, you don't do anything with those. You know, Trump says he's going to shut down the big tech.
Well, there's been some discussion about Amazon and Google and splitting them up.
Right, but you know, to the advantage the big tech has over small tech, I'm agreeing with him. I don't know that basically down to Amazon and Google are the only two tech companies in the world. I don't know that I like that idea.
Yeah, well, anything I said this before, well, I don't think I said it on the channel though, but don't mess with my Amazon.
Right.
And Don agreed with me when I said that. If you mess with my Amazon deliveries in any way, you are on my bad list.
That's right.
Yeah, so don't do that. I'm not super happy with Google lately. They always had, they started with the downfall of removing Picasa photos. And then Don was using their Fit app, and there were these other things that they've done, and all they do is take away, and they never add anything good back. Not that we care about, not the stuff we care about.
Right. I am totally in the Google Android ecosystem, and you know, it's like, gosh, I wish it was this. You know, I wonder what they're doing it for. They don't seem to be making the types of changes that I want. It's going to help me. They seem to be collecting more data on me and selling more data, but I don't know anything other advantage I'm getting out of it.
There's Ruby waiting on me. I just said goodbye to Johnny. I'm gonna pop in the garage for just a second to say bye to Don. The Taekwondo school's right there. Here's the eye doctor's office. It was nice to sit in Ruby for a few minutes with the air conditioning, and I'm on time and headed inside now. My eyes are fine, and I'm gonna take a quick pass through Guardian Angel. They put more stuff out on Fridays and Saturdays, so like plant pots and things, it's a better day to check. The owl tempted me, but I have quite a few of those shelf sitter owls already. I didn't end up buying anything, but now at least I don't have to go home and wonder what I missed out on because I didn't stop. And I enjoyed talking with Helen and Lori. Well, my kitty cat's been moved up there on top of the curio cabinet. Not exactly in scale with the lighthouse and the other building, but he looks good there and he's safe. The bed and breakfast is moving here, but I've got to put a couple parts on it, which came. And I'm in the middle of sorting. Even though I want to start something new, I am putting up and sorting a little bit first. I got to make way for the next, I got to be ready for the next. My working space has got to be cleared up. I've got to be ready. We've got just a bit of rain again. I'm done sorting, and there's the bed and breakfast up here. I put some of the robot side 3D printed in with the Star Wars Legos. Nighttime says, Mama, if you're building, I'm building too. Hey, sweetie. Yep, you do your stretch thing for everybody. Aww. Hi. I'm going to put together Friends Space Set Space Research Rover 42602. This was a Prime Day deal, and I really needed Astro Doggy. So, yeah. It's only 514 pieces. It's gotten to be close to 6 o'clock, and for starters, that's all I've got time for today. Should be really cute. I also like the little blue alien and the space plants. You know, the rover's cool, but it was the other things that drew my attention to this set. 4 wheels, 4 bags, a few stickers, and 4 instruction books. So it must be like basically 1 bag per book. Has me starting out with the plants, the wheel part of the rover, the top part of the rover, and then the little flying saucer part of the rover. Well, I finished it. It's pretty cool. The aliens and their flowers have these nifty blue and pink translucent leaves on them. And the flowers can open and close. It's Olivia, and I forget the guy's name. Will, maybe? I got to look it back up. This is Olivia in her astronaut suit, and this is the guy inside the rover. Got a little camera out front and these sample arms. Both the front and the back windshields do lift up or move. You can see here, so it's easy to put the astronauts in and out, either in the front or the back. And then, of course, there's Astro Doggy. Earlier today, I pointed over here and said that I had moved the new building into place. You can see that the sidewalk now lines up perfectly. You can understand why I had to redo the sidewalk better, maybe. In some places, it's not even, and that's what you'd expect, but there, the walls look like they're supposed to and stuff. The only adjustment I had to make is I moved this light pole over. And I moved the little kitty cat to the other side of the beekeeper. And I put the owl down here on the end so that the 2 owls are not quite so close together. All my streets have owls. That's just how it is. So anyway, it worked out great. Like I said, this one went on the end because if you're looking in the glass from this side, you can see you know, like the street continues in that direction. So that was much better than the unfinished side of the beekeeper's house.